I haven't heard anything from Backslash. I think I'm okay. Am I getting out over the internet? We are live streaming this. That's always a benefit. When you're live streaming, I can go back and see all the places I made a mistake. It's wonderful. Nothing like self-analysis. All right, I got a thumbs up. We're ready to go. All right, that signal signifies we're back at it here, folks. Coming back where we left off, Furious George lining up against Reverend Paynard. They both go to the outside now. Rev jumps to the inside, tries to get around Eve Zago. Eve shoves Rev out of bounds, cycles him back. Pulls team back to her, says, get back here. Razmataz, fish hook. Out there trying to slow Rev down. Rev gets around him. Rev is loose. Right behind Rev is Furious George. Mad they didn't get out first. Rev is in, got 4. Furious George coming in now, hitting that black wall. Getting some help from Razmataz, using him like a fullback. Carlo Cthulhu trying to get out there. Does, able to get in front of Furious George, but also steps out. And Carl gets a penalty, so that allows Furious George to move forward. 8-4 advantage for Rev. Chevelle Bob, that's easy for you to say. You're a 200-pound man out there. Orange Crush lining up against Hell's Bell. Hell's Bell's out there getting some help from Khan. Bam Bam and Willy Wonka doing a job on Hell's Bells, but Hell's Bell's able to get through. Orange Crush gets cycled back by Khan. Hell's Bells comes in there, runs into off the rails, trying to get through there. Orange Crush fighting through there. Carla Cthulhu providing some help for Orange Crush. Bam Bam heading to the sin bin for 30 seconds of silent reflection. Hell's Bells keeping everything inside nice and clean. Looks like Khan was coming flying through there. Carla Cthulhu clipped Khan. Khan went tumbling. Hell's Bells and Orange Crush still fighting through there. Khan heading off the box, off the track for a directional call. Now Bam Bam is back on the track, but Bam Bam I think is still just a pivot. Just skating the long way around. And Orange Crush is through. Fighting through there, breathing hard a little bit, collecting himself, but Orange Crush is through. They got 4 points. All's better if you got 4 points. And Hell's Bells getting the order from the bench to call it off. Oh, we have a new jammer out there for tonight. It is number 851. That is Van Rollon. Sometimes he goes by Rulon, but never mind. We're going with Van Rollon. Van Rollon plows right forward. Everybody jumps out of the way almost, and Van is out first. Van is back in there trying to move Wild Thing around. Wild Thing twisting and turning. Van is out of there with 4. Who's loose? Who's about to score? Van realizes it, calls it off. All right, Roller Bear lining up against Chevelle Bob. Roller Bear to the outside. Chevelle Bob to the inside. Now Chevelle Bob goes to the outside. Looking right up the middle, and Chevelle Bob cuts back to the inside. A lot of lateral movement. Chevelle Bob is out. Roller Bear having a hard time getting back. Almost going to get a cut track there. Con drags Roller Bear back. Roller Bear gets back in and comes moving forward. Severs skates and speed bump over there to cut them off. Along with Elvis Presley. No, I'm sorry. That is Elvis Presley. There, I was right. Bob's got 4. Roller Bear is out, but Roller Bear's on their initial. We'll see what Bob wants to do. Bob is calling it off as he goes in there backwards. Bodies hit the ground. That's Bam Bam. Slow to get up, but getting up. At Bob's age, you got to worry about a replacement hip. Looks like Jugs doesn't want to go home with any of their official reviews in their pocket as they call another one. You do get 1 per half. So Jugs will go out there, explain their case. So it looks like the referees are back together. They're going over what they potentially saw, or what Jugs feels they saw. They're going to decide if Jugs is right or if they were right. Once again, you are trying to get a referee to say they were wrong, so this might not go well. But we'll see. Like they said earlier, they are more interested in getting the call right than their egos at it. They do not keep score about how many do you get right or how many do you get wrong. They just want to make sure that all the calls are the right ones. Now again, you still have time to get over there, buy yourself some raffle tickets. So it looks like they explained it to the 2 teams. Red was looking for a cut track penalty. on a black skater. It looks like the referees are going to agree with that. They are going to reward the cut track penalty. So red will retain their review, and there will be a black jammer in the box. So since Bob is in the box, we'll see how this works out. All right, we figured everything out. We have no jammers out there. It looks like Chevelle Bob and Roller Bear are in the box. So we're going to stand here for a few seconds as they release somebody. Okay, they release Chevelle Bob. Now they release Roller Bear. There we go. We're back to derby action. And Chevelle Bob, wasting no time, gets out of there within a few seconds. Chevelle Bob is already loose, making good headway. He's got his first 4. He's going to want some more, I'm sure. Roller Bear is still fighting in there, trying to get around Satan's little helper. Chevelle Bob in, got 8. Roller Bear is now loose. The Roller Bear is on their initial. Zuki puts a big hit on Chevelle Bob. Chevelle Bob smiles, but you know what happens when you smile and say it doesn't hurt? It hurt. And now Roller Bear heading to the Pie Pizzeria penalty box. Roller Bear sitting down, reflecting on all the things they've done wrong today. Chevelle Bob's in there by themselves, trying to get around Suki. He says, you know what, I'd rather take on these other 3 than Suki. Trying to get through there, gets pushed out of bounds by, yes, Suki. Now gets back in there, pushes up against that black wall. That is a wall of Stingray, Bones, and Wheelie Wonka. They hold Chevelle Bob at bay at the last bit. All right, looks like we're going to have a power start here as Roller Bear is still cooking off their penalties. So Furious George is out there by themselves for a few seconds at least. So Furious George pounds into that black wall. The black wall holds steady. Roller Bear is loose and out of the box, trying to get around off the rails and speed bump. Speed bump doing what their name implies. They're being difficult to get over. Cycling back as Roller Bear. Now heading to the sin bin is Furious George. I didn't see what happened up there, but something happened and Furious George is in the box. So that means there is no more lead jammer. Without a lead jammer, this is going to run the full 2 minutes. And we have a star pass as Reverend Paynard takes the star from Roller Bear. Roller Bear had enough. They had been back-to-back jammers. And now Reverend Paynard rested, comes in clean, takes a big hit from Khan, shakes it off like it was not a thing, and moves forward. Out of the box is Furious George going head-to-head with Reverend. Reverend's going to let you smell the beauty, but not get around him. And Furious George is in and out. Boy, that was quick. Nobody even touched Furious. Furious did have their initial pass done, and because of that, they got 4. They're going to do everything they can to control the damage. Rev's got a good, clean style. It's going to be up to these 2 walls. One of them's got to stop the jammer. Tell them a story, whisper in their ear, do something. Slow down these jammers. Now Khan cycling them back. Khan cycling back Reverend Paynard. Reverend Paynard runs in off the rails, steps over the top, and moves forward. And now we have a cut track on Furious George. They're heading back to the box. They're not going to have a good evening with this. Reverend trying to tiptoe around. 1 second left, and we've got timeout. Ray, wait. There we go. Here we go. No break in the action. And we got Furious George in the box. That's going to leave Orange Crush out there by themselves with the whole red team, who doesn't want to let Furious George through. So Fishhook, Eve, Seiko, Razzmatazz, and Satan's Little Helper slowing down as best they can Orange Crush. Personally, with all the crushes, that is my favorite crush, the Orange Crush. Sometimes the Pineapple Crush, but you need rum with Pineapple Crush. Oh, and quickly out of the box is Furious George. Suki had their back turned, and Furious George gets through there. Suki collects themselves, gets back up in front, and provides a wall. Out of there is Orange Crush. They got lead jammer. Furious George is out now. All right, some cordial high fives there between the teams. Always nice to see. Hell's Bells lines up against number 39, who? Whistle blows and they go. Who trying to get through there? Hell's Bells, a nice duck under there. Slam Vine saw it, though, and got it in front of Hell's Bells, but just enough to slow him down. That gives Who the time to just catch in front of Hell's Bells. Hell's Bells realizes, says, no, Who, we're not going to put a ton of energy into this. We're going to call it off. All right, for the second time tonight, Van Rollon is out there, 8:51 for the red team, going head-to-head with Reverend Paynard. Reverend Paynard with a nice tiptoe along the outside line, gets through there. Here we go, Rev's in, Rev's out, Rev's got 4, looking for more. As we see Van Rollon heading to the sin bin, that is the Pie Pizzeria sin bin. He is joined in there by Severus Skates. Red team gets all their blockers back. That's not doing much to slow Rev down. Rev's got 12 points, looking to pile on. Skates backs up. He's going to put a big hit. And Fishhook, she puts a big hit on Rev. Rev gets sent out. Seiko comes over there trying to put a big hit. Rev shakes them both off and gets out of there. Now his team opens up a hole and Van Rollon is through. Van Rollon getting help from friends. Rev tried an apex jump but didn't have enough speed built up. And right as Van gets in there to try to score points, Rev's going to call it off. Halfway through the second half here. Here we go. We got Chevelle Bob lining up against Roller Bear. Whistle blows, Chevelle Bob to the outside. Roller Bear tries to go to the outside. Speed Bump gets in the way. Speed Bump says, no. You're not going much further than me. And Chevelle Bob is loose in the goose. Coming around the far turn, coming into turn 4, and he's going up there full speed. Slide sideways, a little sidewalk surfing there. Nice backwards movement on Bob's part. That is pretty derby right there. Roller Bear finally gets out, and Chevelle Bob with a nice little hit gets out of there. That was a hop and a backwards land. That's extra points. Russian judge gives it a 1 though. So here we go. Bob's in, Bob's out. Somebody better think about putting some grease on the track to slow Bob down. Paying the proper respect. Reverend Paynard says, "You are God, Bob. You are God." Bob says, "God is tired." All right, who lining up against Hell's Bells? They both try to the inside. Fishhook tries to cut the door off, but Satan's Little Helper does cut the door off to Who. Now Who cycles back in and trying to get around Razzmatazz. Tenacious E, Fishhook. They're all piled up on there on turn 1. Bodies start hitting the ground. That's Carl Cthulhu on the ground. And there we go. Who gets loose? They're going to give Who? Yes, they're going to give Who the lead jammer status. Who did get loose first? Sometimes in those big pack washes, you're not sure who's out of there first, or the referee decides. They do have to cleanly pass all hips. Now we look like we have a star pass there. All right, looks like the play was called off. We did have a star pass to Satan's Little Helper. Then we had bodies hit the ground heavily. Derby players being respectful, says, nope, we don't need to go anywhere. Orange Crush up against Van Roll-On. Orange Crush to the outside. Van Roll-On to the middle. Van Roll-On trying to push through and pushes through and over Willy Wonka there. Van Roll-On using nothing but brute force. Comes in there full head of steam. Bam Bam didn't even want to get in the way of that. And Van Roll-On, when he's under speed, he's hard to stop. That's a big body, a lot of speed. If you want to commit, you're going to have to get out there and hit him. Wild Thing drops back to hit him. Willy Wonka does a good job trying to hit Van, but Van's under too much speed, got too much forward momentum. Hard to slow down at this point. And now Van Roll-On heading to the sin bin for 30. No. He thought he was heading to the sin bin, but it looks like it was Wild Thing. Got confused with the numbers. 851, 281. You can easily see how that gets confusing. Van Roll-On trying to tiptoe along. Does get shoved out a little bit. Cycles back around. Van's got 8. Wants a few more. Chevelle Bob saying, stay low, Van, stay low. Body's hitting the ground now. One more to beat. It's just Slam Vines. Slam Vines taking a beating. He's got to let him go eventually, and does. Van Roll-On makes it out of there. All right. $136 to $150. Anybody's game yet? We're going to put out a couple of big boys here as we send out Reverend Paynard up against Chevelle Bob. And the whistle blows and they go Chevelle Bob to the outside. Reverend Paynard getting cycled back, trying to kip through, goes through on the outside. Now Rev's dropping her Dragula. Use our body to keep you alive, but keep on rolling. Chevelle Bob's got his 4. Rev's got his. Rev trying to close the gap. Chevelle Bob doing everything they can to keep the gap. One more to beat, that Stingray. Oh, and Lex comes over there. Suki comes over there and puts a big hit on him. Reverend comes through there, not scarred, catches up. There's only feet separating those guys, maybe a few inches here or there. Oh, Chevelle Bob calls it off right as Rev gets there. We have an official timeout. Still not too late, folks, to get over there and get yourself some Derby Girl soap, some Goth Shop candles. Make things smell good. Right about now, these players are pretty ripe. I know a lot of you are taking some of them home, and you're going to want to feed them probably afterwards, so you're going to want to get something that smells good. All right, it looks like we got everything sorted out there. Everybody back into position. Hells Bells and Roller Bear. And the whistle blows and they take off. Both of them to the inside. Hells Bells probing the outside. Now the inside. Trying to get around there. Doing a good job on the black team. Keeping Hells Bells at bay. Roller Bear not to be denied. Trying to come through there. Runs into Con. Gives a big shoulder check into Con. Meanwhile, Hells Bells is loose. Hells Bells is out. Hells Bells is coming around looking to score. Slam Vines is looking to get in there, and Speed Bump gets over there to open a hole, and Hells Bells takes a big fall, calls it off right as they go down. Looks like Hells Bells might have got the wind out of them. So, folks, if you have a raffle ticket, you might want to pull it out right now because I'm going to announce a couple of raffle ticket winners. And now we got a timeout red, so perfect time. So, first of all, if you wanted the toe guards and you have ticket number 852-6975, you are a winner. That's 852-6975. You are the winner of those custom-made toe guards. So go over there, find Holly, and she will give you your prize. If you wanted the truffles, and you have number 852-7014, 852-7014, you are a winner. Go over, see Holly, and you get those truffles. Lastly, the Iconoclad gift certificate. If you put your tickets into there and you have ticket number 852-7027, you are a winner. That's 7027. You are the winner of the Iconoclad gift certificate. Thank you, everybody, for playing. Without our volunteers, we couldn't play Derby. Without our sponsors, we couldn't play Derby. Without our referees, we couldn't play Derby. And without our audience, we couldn't play Derby. So thank you all for allowing us to play Derby. So here we go. Who is out? Who's out first and fast? Going head-to-head with Furious George. But who saw an opening? Squirted right out on the outside line. and gets around. Furious George still fighting with Carla Cthulhu. You got to be careful upsetting Carla Cthulhu, because if you do, they will do a summoning ceremony and call in a 600-foot lizard creature that will eat you. So here we go. Who is back around, got 4, wants more. Trying to chew up sometimes. There we go. Nice little work on Who. I'll tell you, I've seen Who knocked out 1,000,000 times, and she's not out till she's out, because you can't get her out that easy. You think you got her out, and if her toe stop is still in, she's in bounds. So here we go. Now Furious George gets loose. Who coming around? Who has complete sight of Furious and calls it off before Furious can get there and get any points. So Holly, did we get all our raffle tickets picked up? I don't see you out there, Holly. Yes, we did. Excellent work, folks. I don't like to announce those multiple times. It gets boring for me. So excellent work looking at your tickets. Thank you, everybody, for donating and giving us the ability to continue to play Derby. And really more important, the ability to play Derby with lights on. So Orange Crush up there against Van Rollon. Val Rollon looks like he was going to try to eat the baby on that one. But all he did was move people through, but he gets a forearm for it. So that gives Orange Crush time to work by themselves. Doo-doo, off the rails, cycles them back. Little sibling love out there. She's out there with her daughter. And Severus Skate's doing a good job holding down Orange Crush. Orange Crush still trying to work around. Gets around off the rails. Now running into Khan and finally gets through there. Orange Crush is through, and Orange Crush is going to get lead jammer status since the lead jammer was established. All right, Chevelle Bob up against Reverend Paynard. Willy Wonka, Carl of Cthulhu, and Wild Thing out there to try to slow Bob down. Wild Thing spreads out. Does a good job slowing Chevelle Bob down. That gives Reverend Paynard out there. In case you missed it, there's only 2 points separating these two teams. Anybody's game, and Reverend's out first. Reverend's out. Got 4. Keeps his eye on Chevelle Bob. And now that we have a lead change, Chevelle Bob calls it off. 3.5 minutes left in the game. Hell's Bells coming out against Roller Bear. Roller Bear on the inside. Hell's Bells on the outside. And the whistle blows and they go. Hell's Bells goes to the outside. Runs right into Hellfire. Hellfire and Stingray doing a good job holding them down. Slam Vines acting as a brace, doing a good job. Nice rotation to keep Hell's Bells at bay. The Black Triangle doing a good job of rotating around. They've got Hell's Bells in the pocket. Roller Bear fighting against the red wall. Spreads them out enough. And now Roller Bear is loose. Anybody's game. Roller Bear wants to take it. Expand the lead a little bit. And now Roller Bear gets cycled back by Speed Bump. Gets hit by Severus Skates. And calls it off before anybody can get up there. We'll see if they got any points. They gave him 2 points. Oh, each team got 2. It was 2-2. That's going to keep it at 162 to 164. 2 points separating these two teams. Hang on, we have an official. Brown again be up here is calling the official timeout. Something wrong with the scoreboard. 2 minutes left in the game. Data over here making sure everything's kosher. It all looks kosher to me. They give the thumbs up. We're back at it. Rumpapali's out there, and they're going to call the official. Let's get back at it. All right, here we go. Who up against Furious George? 2 minutes left in this bout. We'll see if they're going to get another bout, another jam in there, if this is the last one. Who trying to get around Seiko? Seiko not giving an inch. Now Who finds the outside, pushes everybody inside. Now Who swings around the outside. It is Who's world. Who gets in, Who gets out, gets around Tenacious E and Razzmatazz. Now there's Satan's little helper out there and Seiko out there. Who gets around all of them? Who gets that lead extended? Furious George still fighting through there, trying to get through Bam Bam, Stingray, and Slam Vines and Suki. Furious George trying to find anything. Who opened up the lead? Who's got it? Who just has to kill time now? Kill time and stay ahead of Furious George. That's Who's job. Who gets around? Breaks down the black wall. Who gets another 4? Stretches that lead to 10. Furious George is going to have to do something. And now we have a handoff. It looks like Furious George hands off to Satan's little helper. Satan's little helper gets around, comes around. Who comes in? Who goes out? Who thought about hitting Satan? Said, no, we're just going to skate in front of you. Who coming around? Who's got a comfortable lead? Now they run into the red wall. The red wall does a good job slowing Who down. Suki over there to open a hole for him. Oh, puts a big hit on Seiko. "29 seconds left in this period. 17 seconds left in this jam. We'll see how it works out. Who comes in, hits that pack. 18 points separating these two teams. We have a whistle, but I'm not sure it was premature or not. We'll see what they're doing. They want an official review. 4 seconds left on the clock. So they do want an extra jam. So it looks like we have an official review, official review. We'll see. Everybody's out there explaining themselves. I thought they were just going to do it to get an extra jam in, but it looks like there is an official review. All right, it looks like they've explained everything. The referees are going to discuss what was being said or alleged, and we'll go from there. Now, folks, if you like what you're seeing here, we are going to sacrifice some junior skaters on December 7th. This will be a 3 o'clock start for roller derby. So please come on out, support juniors, and December 7th, we'll be right here in the Derby Depot. All right, it looks like Red was asking for a few more points on there. They felt they scored. The referee said we did not see clear enough evidence to give you those extra points. So no, Red, you are losing your official review. Good job, Jugs. You called 3 official reviews in one night. That's getting your money's worth. Oh, somebody's a little premature. That was premature launching there, Rev. So here we go, Reverend Paynard up against Chevelle Bob. Whistle blows, and now you can go. Reverend Paynard checks Bob out of bounds and goes flying through there. Nice move by Reverend Paynard. It is Rev's world. How much time does he want to skate? He comes around, sees it, and calls it off, figuring that they were ahead by 20 points. They didn't need to score any points. So Reverend Paynard calls it off. Now, folks, we invite all of you to come on out to the gray track. Stand there, and we are going to send these two teams around to high five each of you. This is your one time you can officially walk onto the Derby track. Give them a big high five. Tell them how proud you are of them.